Live via microwave, Cablevision Sports presents Half Hour Hockey, brought to you by the Headingley Express card. Don't leave home without it. Tagerlager, excellent beer. And the Yuppie Exercise Handbook. Tonight's game, the bottom place, Duluth Mondales take on the top place, Winnipeg Bulls.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of Half Hour Hockey. I'm your host, Bill Brent, and boy, do we have some catching up to do on the news. One of the things that we're going to show you before we get into tonight's action are highlights from the Bulls game of last night, where they defeated the Galveston Gushers by a score of 2-1. What's important to note about that game was that Mark Pruden scored his 300th career goal, a milestone for the young veteran. The Bulls will be facing the Duluth Mondales tonight. The Mondales are rapidly sinking in the standings, partly due to the rise in scoring and just general good play of the Wichita linemen. Several scouts and coaches around the league have been pondering why Wichita has come up so well. As you probably know by now, they've won 20 of their last 30 games. One of the reasons is that Jerry McKinnon, their coach, has his mother cooking meals for some of the younger guys on the team who frequently go out to the fast food restaurants. And he says that this has given them stamina, allowing them to play harder in the third period. And indeed, many of their scorers, especially the ones that have won the games for them, have come late in the third period. So they're a team to look for. And as we say, the Duluth Mondales are sort of sinking down in the standings. Just moving along, at halftime we hope to have a talk with the league commissioner, Bob McBain. We're not 100% sure we can get that, but we'll try to have it up for you. And after the game, we're desperately trying to get an interview with Coach Lori Brocker of the Bulls. She hasn't talked to the media all year long. Before we get into action, though, let's take a look at the highlights from last night's game and the Bulls' 2-1 victory over the Galveston Gushers. The first goal came in the first period. Daryl Zerbick taking a pass from Norm Koltucky, and he slides backwards and he just puts the puck in the net. A great goal for Daryl Zerbick. The second period goes scoreless, and then in the third period, Mark Pruden slaps it in the net to tie it 1-1. As we mentioned, that was Mark Pruden's 300th career goal. Not too bad for the kid. Well, he's a seasoned veteran, but we tease him, call him a kid. And the winning goal of the game, Danny Buckley from Sammy Hofer, and the final score there was 2-1. As we mentioned earlier, the Wichita linemen have won 20 of their last 30 games, and that's vaulted them into 4th place in the Southern Division ahead of the Duluth Mondales. The talk is that perhaps the Wichita linemen can finish as high as 3rd place. At the same time, while the Duluth Mondales have slid down in the standings, the Winnipeg Bulls have gone up and are now in sole possession of 1st place in the Northern Division. So it's imperative for the Bulls to win in order to increase their chances of going all the way this year to win the D Cup. For the Duluth Mondales, it's just to avoid the embarrassment of the basement. Well, Wichita wins 20 of their last 30 games. Things are looking up. Duluth Mondales really have to fight. Let's get right down to hockey action.